It's hard to fully describe, but when something is right, you just know. It's a magical feeling. Before even seeing the results, you can feel it, right through to your core. There isn't a sliver of doubt, and you're fully immersed with absolutely nothing else on your mind but what you're doing. It doesn't matter what it is, making contact with the baseball, hitting the perfect drive, or playing the first few notes of your new hit song. The feeling is the same. There are a few times in the year when you can get this feeling while fishing. The weather is no bother, 110% confidence in your strategy, and being completely in tune with the fish. It's the feeling that every single cast is going to put a giant in the boat, and it just feels right. At the start of the season, we set out some perhaps impossible goals. We also knew that we would face challenges along the way. One of the challenges we didn't see coming was technical difficulty. From DJI deleting their app on the App Store, making our drone useless, to camera not recording footage, breaking gear as we take it out to use it, and big fish breaking off both sides, the first month of the 2023 season has had its challenges, bringing you along for the ride. We don't have much footage from the past month, but what we do have is the best parts anyways. Some real Giants of Georgian Bay. Let's back up to May 14th. The day after our last video, catching a number of good pike and getting Dylan his new personal best. With the hot action on Saturday, we tried to get back out on Sunday for a morning fish before Mother's Day dinner. The water's temperatures were exactly where we wanted them for a good shallow bite, but we couldn't seem to put any fish in the boat. After a number of spots, we finally managed 3 small fish. What is going on? We made another move and started seeing more and more fish, but they wouldn't bite and were skittish as midday pike can be. And then we had to leave. The first day of the season we had been out and didn't have a chance at a big fish. Some could see it as a loss, but on reflection, we learned something very, very important that will shape our plans for spring pike fishing from here on out. Due to low water levels on the bay this year, over a foot lower than last year and 2 feet from 2 years ago, the landscape of the bays we fish has changed drastically. Some of those shallow, warm bays you would normally fish are high and dry, yet others still have half to 1 foot left in. We keep talking about the importance of warm water for finding these spring pike, and the warmest water in warming trends or on sunny days is right along the shore. In the spots where we were able to see and catch fish, we were able to get the boat close and cast right up to the shoreline. In the spots where we thought would be good but had no luck, the water was too shallow to allow us to get close enough to shore where the fish were sitting. Some of these spots had 50 to 100 feet of water in the half to 1 foot depth range, which is plenty deep for a monster pike to lurk in, but extremely difficult to get a boat into with any sort of control. This isn't something we realized in the moment, but looking back and reflecting on where we fished, how we were able to fish it, and our results, it became clear. And this will be a huge aspect to our spring fishing planning in the future. Now on to the good stuff. May long weekend. With extra days to fish and the shallow bite being in full swing, plus our new discovery from the past weekend, everything just felt right.
Yeah, 38 and a half.
Yep.
Nice.
And when things are right, it doesn't take long to get in on the action. In the span of 1 hour and 9 minutes, we checked the photo times since the action was so insane. We boated a 32-inch pike, 36-inch, 3 38-inch, and 2 41-inch pike, all from the same spot. A bay that was less than 2 feet deep, but one we could fish all the way to the shore. At this point, we were on top of the world and decided to head back to camp to celebrate and enjoy the afternoon with everyone.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
Jesus. Another 41.
Keep running till I cross the line. Can't turn back on an uphill climb. I'm a Hail Mary in overtime. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, I'm about to blow. Can't be stopped, I'm invincible. Can't get high till you bend down low. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's go.
Another 38. 3 38s today.
With overcast weather and a rainstorm on the way, we expected the shallow bite to be hot once again. Despite the success of yesterday, the idea that even bigger fish are out there keeps me from going back to the same spots. I've had my eye on a big unmapped area for a few seasons now, and this seems like the perfect time to try it out. As soon as we enter the shallows, I'm immediately bit off by something big. After tying on a brand new lure that's the exact same as the one we've been using, move over one cove, and hook up with the giant. As soon as this fish is hooked, it immediately heads out to deeper water. The cut we were in is barely wide enough to turn the boat around, and so I had to start chasing it with the trolling motor to avoid getting the line caught somewhere on the boat. This fish peeled drag as I was chasing it for over 300 feet. Eventually, it decided to slow up, and we were able to reel up and get close to it. A few runs close to the boat would have helped it escape if the net job was rushed, but experienced one today, and this absolute brute of a 42-inch fish made it into the boat. By far the hardest fighting spring pike I have ever caught. But it doesn't stop there. Not even 15 minutes later, another 40-inch class fish makes its way into the net. This was probably one of the thickest fish I have ever seen, and measured out to be 40.5 inches. Not bad for the first hour of fishing. Come to think of it, the past 3 days of fishing Paul and I have done together have resulted in 6 pike over 40 inches. Last fall, we boated a monster 45.25, as well as a 42.75, and in the past 2 days, 4 more. Maybe we need to fish together all the time. After exploring a little more, we decided to meet up with the others in the group for a short lunch and to wait out the rain. It didn't let up, so we made our way back to camp. Cam's in the boat today. He's not caught a 40-inch pike before, but with our recent success, thinks this is the best chance at getting one. The forecast today looked like it would be the best day for fishing over the whole weekend, so our hopes are high, but last night it did get a little cold. We fished for a while, starting deep and working our way shallow with no results. We decided to make a few laps around one bay as one active fish kept missing our bait. On our third lap of the bay, I hook up. A short fight later, and a stocky 40.5-inch pike is in the boat. We decided to keep making laps of this bay and keep running into more fish. After a handful of big runs, head-shaking tail walks, and adrenaline-pumping action, she makes her way into the net. Easily the biggest fish I have seen all season and a new personal best for Cam. 43.5 inch. Not just a fish of the day, fish of the season, or new personal best. This is the fish of a lifetime for most people around these parts, and one that is going to be extremely difficult to top. After a long recovery in the net, she swims off to be someone else's memory. High on life, we decided to switch things up and go exploring. Try for some pickerel and just enjoy the day. It just felt right.
Step back, I'm going in. I'm cranking up on the throttle.